Okay, welcome back to Newell. This is our grand finals of our entire season. It is Manchester versus Birmingham. Currently it is 1-0 to Manchester, and we're about to head into the champion select of game number 2. So, tell us a little bit about that game, Shadow.
Oh man, I'm just super hyped. I mean, that game was a great game. Manchester, as we said, these teams are very, very well played. Both of them, they're great in terms of their own teams. They have really good communication. They've practiced a lot. Manchester have the slight advantage because they've been in the Newell a bit longer. They won the last tournament. Last game we saw Manchester control the pace. And that is what the win came down to, in my opinion. They had control of the lanes, they had control of the objectives, they had 4 or 5 more towers than Birmingham. And the comp that Birmingham were running with the Shen, with the Nidalee, they needed to be the ones controlling the pace. But we saw the Shen having to come down for the team fights. We saw the Nidalee not being able to roam and help as much as she did in the first game, where she was so dominant. So I think that really held them back. But this second game, we see the Nocturne ban being thrown out straight away because of how strong that was last game.
Yeah, definitely. And I do need to quickly swap those names around. So, heading into game number 2. Yeah, the names are the right way around.
That's fine. We've seen the Riven ban on the other side as well. Again, still very fearful of the Riven. Very, very strong champion at the moment. Kassadin and Evelyn, no surprises there. Same bans as game 1 so far, other than the Nocturne. Just want to do a big shout out as well to D-Man and Quickshot, who actually retweeted some of our tweets that this is going on. So if any viewers are coming from them tweets, thanks for checking us out. Thanks to them guys for the coverage and support in the UK esports scene. So really excited about that. The Syndra ban as well been took away from Mr. TD because of how dominant he was in that. So that's 2 targeted bans just based from that last game out of Birmingham.
Yeah, definitely. So that Syndra did do so much damage, and I mean, a couple of those team fights, she just completely one-shot that Civet, and there was really nothing about that. Obviously, the spell shield available, but that's only going to block 1 Q, so Syndra, really, really strong pick, and they have decided to ban that. I'm surprised to see the Kassadin ban. I don't know if that's a targeted ban or not, but it's not a ban we've seen in any of the other games today, and it's not a pick we've seen either, so interesting to see it banned after it not really being picked up.
I think it was in the first game of this series, out from them as well, just because if you see Mr. TD Syndra, it's probably directs that in because of how well he does play on them. But Shyvana not being banned this time because of the Nocturne and Syndra, and that is instantly locked in from Birmingham here.
Yeah, so obviously a really, really strong champion. Manchester, going to be going with the Zyra Ezreal lane. Really, really strong bot lane. I don't know if we're going to see a Taric in this game. We've seen a Taric in every single game so far. However, I don't know if it's necessarily the best idea to pick a Taric into that Zyra Ezreal lane. I mean, we did see the Zyra Ezreal lane last game. We'll have to see if they are willing to pick a Taric into that. We do see the Caitlyn being hovered over. We'll have to see if that is locked in.
It is locked in. Caitlyn, very, very solid AD carry in most team comps. She's very dominant in lane, always an AD carry that I fear going against as a support main, just because of her pressure and presence in the laning phase. Zyra and Ezreal worked out great before for Manchester, so not surprised to see that being picked up again. As I said, that support loves to play Zyra, and the Ezreal was very, very strong last game as well. The Dongmeister been hovered over here. Don't think that will be locked in. But, if it is, great. Lee Sin been hovered over here. They hovered over the Lee Sin in the first game. I know that's a jungler that they do like to play, but we'd have to see what the top lane goes. As we discussed before, there needs to really be a tank still for that Lee Sin to work.
Lee Sin can definitely build tanky. It's just not necessarily the optimum build for Lee Sin. I got to admit, I think the Lee Sins that build either damage or sort of build wards. I don't know if that's necessarily a build, but you see a lot of builds where Lee Sin goes sort of boots of mobility, Aegis, Sightstone, and just goes for vision, goes for mobility, rather than go straight up tanky. So we do see the Lee Sin locked in though, as well as a Gragas pick.
Gragas, very, very strong mid laner against pretty much any mid laner at the moment. He has great sustain, he has great poke, and he has a lot of damage and great mobility. Since the assassins have took a nerf in the last few patches, he's came out as one of the strongest, especially with the nerfs to Ahri as well. The last patch made a few changes to him. I don't think they're massive nerfs, but Birmingham hovering over the Zilean. We've seen Zilean being played a lot on Birmingham. It's a support they love to play. They haven't played it so far today in the semi-finals and the finals. They're sticking more to the standard picks, but I would not be surprised if this is locked in here with the Caitlyn Zilean.
I'm interested
Really interested to see if they lock that in.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to go for it. If they do, they do go for it. That is a dangerous pick. Against a Zyra Ezreal, they have a significant chunk of burst on them. Ezreal alone has a lot of burst, and Zilean has one of the lowest health pools in the entire game. I think he actually has the lowest health pool in the entire game to make up for his ultimate. So, pre-6, they have to be quite careful, because if he does get caught by the roots, if he gets hit by that Death Lotus, and Ezreal is able to get his burst down, it could spell disaster for Birmingham.
It definitely could, but just think if the laning phase goes well and he goes into the late game strong, he's got a Renekton, he's got a Shyvana that both are gonna be so long, gonna take so long to be took down, and then can just pop straight back up at half health and get straight back in the fight. The Caitlyn and Ahri are protected as well. Really nice pick there, and I know that they play that lane so well. The first time I saw this was a few weeks ago, and I did not know how they would do it in lane. I didn't think it would be that great, but they absolutely stomped with it. I think that was a division game against Nottingham, if I remember. And we had an interview with Nottingham's AD carry after, and he said how much he struggled against that lane. I don't know if Manchester have faced it before or not, but I'm going to be really interested to see how that bot lane goes. And on the other side, the Zac is locked in for Manchester for their jungler or top lane.
Yeah, I think it is going to be a top lane Zac. Generally speaking, these days you do usually see Zac in the top lane, which I feel is a bit of a shame. I feel like his kit was almost designed for him to be a jungler, but he seems to have found his home in the top lane the majority of the time. Obviously, he is still played in the jungle. However, a lot of the time you do see him in the top lane, and that's because so many items in the current game are really strong for AP tanks. Like, for example, Zac, he can get things like Leandries, and he can build so tanky, and like Spirit Visage works really well with him because of his passive. It gives him the extra healing, and he can build so many tanky items, but still deal a lot of damage because of his percent damage that he does with his W.
Exactly. And that's the beauty of it, that any champion that you can build defensive on and still do a lot of damage is always going to be very, very strong. We saw a lot of it in the LCS a few patches ago. Obviously, I'm first of all, the person that I'm going to say is Wicked, because I'm a massive fan of EG. Wicked played a lot of Zac top and he was very dominant with it. How it's going to fare against Renekton, it still gives him a bit of sustain. Obviously, he can poke, but he also, with his blobs, he can get the health back. But if he doesn't do it right, if he tries to overcommit a little bit too much and he loses a bit too much health, then that Renekton can quite easily turn it around. So we'll have to see how that fares. How do you feel about this Gragas Ahri mid matchup?
I don't know, it's going to be interesting. I think when the ultimates come out, it's going to be down to how Ahri, or I guess how both of them play it. If Ahri can perhaps dodge a couple of barrels, and maybe, like, if she can dodge the ultimate, I don't think that's very likely, then obviously that'll win her a fight. But with the mobility of Ahri and the fact that all of Gragas's damage is skill shot based, Ahri may have the upper hand in a straight up engage, but we'll have to see how they both play it.
Yeah, and that Gragas ultimate's going to be crucial in these team fights. He could catch people out with it, knock Caitlyn or knock Ahri forward into the team. He can knock Shyvana and Renekton back after Renekton uses the slice and dice, or after Shyvana uses her ultimate to gain them time and to stop them having their ability that jumps onto the team. It's going to be really crucial for that Gragas to save that ult until he can either guarantee a kill or guarantee a saved kill. If he wastes that ultimate, then they're going to have a hard time fighting Manchester, especially since, you know, the dive capability of Birmingham at the moment with that Renekton, with that Shyvana, followed by the range of the Caitlyn. You've got the bombs and the revivability of the Zilean. Very, very scary in team fights.
Yeah, definitely. So, going to be heading into the game in 10 seconds. Do you think there's going to be much level 1 potential in this game?
Oh, tough one. No, I don't think they were. With this may be the last game of the tournament now. I don't think a team is going to want to potentially throw from a level one. I think they're going to play very safe. If Manchester win this game, they take the tournament. Birmingham need to win this game to stay in it. It's been really good so far tonight. I've had a great time casting with you. I hope everyone's enjoyed viewing it so far. And we are now going into what could be the last game of the night. How are you feeling at the minute, Munch?
I am very excited for this game. I actually hope that Birmingham win this game just so that we can have a third game in this series, so that it can be a 1-1 and a final game for the entire thing. But
that would be amazing. Definitely.
We'll see. We are going to see, actually, Popstar Ari skin kicking in. I've not actually seen this skin before, so I'm excited to see this. I've not even looked at it on a YouTube video. So
I actually own this skin, but I haven't used it yet. So exactly the same, to be honest. So even I'd say straight away that they win the skin war in this one.
Yeah, so we'll have to see what does go on in this game. As for level ones, I don't know if we're really going to see any. I mean,
no.
There's a Zillion, which is never a good level 1 fighter. Like I was saying earlier, such a low health pool, he's so squishy. However,
Dara's roots are always good. Ara's charm, if she takes it, are good, but then she struggles a bit in laning phase at level 1 because she hasn't got any poke or anything to secure CS. Gragas's barrels are always very good at level 1, even just to scout and to try and poke enemies to back away from the level 1s. But all in all, I think they are just all going to play it safe. We will have to see how it goes, though. We're just waiting for Gragas to load it into the game at the moment.
Yeah, we'll have to see what does happen in the end. So, how do you reckon this top lane matchup will go? We do have the Zac versus Renekton, both fairly tanky, bruiserish sort of champions.
I think it's either going to go one of two ways. Either we'll see the junglers going there to try and help get the kills early on to help one of them be more dominant than the other, or it's going to be like the other games, which the junglers just completely ignore them. They'll be up there for 15 minutes straight without leaving the lane, and then we'll all of a sudden see them come into the fights, dominate, and we'll be like, oh, where did these guys come from? But I think it's very, very dependent on, as I said before, Zac's survivability and Zac's ability to catch his blobs and keep his health up. If he goes at low health and Renekton plays it smart with his slice and dice with his stun, then he's going to take a lot of damage for free, and that can force him out of lane, especially because his skills use HP. But if he's able to keep his HP high and get a decent amount of poke onto the Renekton, he's going to have a decent time up there. But I have a feeling he's going to be rushing that Spirit Visage very, very fast there. We do see a pause coming out, but it shouldn't be too long.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why we've got a pause yet, but I guess someone's a little bit slow connecting to this game. Like we've said, not very expectant of a level 1. I think if we do see a level 1, it's more likely it's more likely to be the purple team going for that. They do have a Zac, which obviously does have that
passive, of course.
Yeah, he's got his passive, obviously, yeah, but he also has that knock up from the elastic slingshot. We've got the Gragas barrels, as you said. Lee Sin able to do quite a significant chunk of damage at level 1. We've got the Zyra roots, and Ezreal with his Q is able to do quite a lot of damage. So
yeah, that Zac passive is very, very big at level 1 though. Any character with a revive passive at level 1 is never, that team's always are not going to be so scared of the level 1 because they practically have 6 people. The Lee Sin Q, although it does a lot of damage, it can also be used defensively. It gives him vision so he can scout if there is any level 1s coming in. But we will see now, both teams do head. It does look like they're going just to be safe, just to check if there is any invades coming. Shyvana and Nekton getting in this brush. Lee Sin is actually going to face check here. He's taken quite a bit of damage, took under half health there. Shyvana and Renekton are pushing this, Ignite's burnt, and that is first blood going to Renekton there.
Yeah, so really well played by them. A bit of an unfortunate situation for Lee Sin there. One interesting thing...
He's blind, you can't blame him for
he is blind, yeah, he is blind. But one thing I did notice, Renekton actually opting to go for that runic shield mastery, which not necessarily that good of a mastery. I mean, it gives you that extra shield, but it only recharges itself when you die. So, unless Renekton plans on dying a lot this game, not necessarily the best mastery to be going into. But I say that, he's already got first blood, so definitely can't knock his play so far.
Definitely, but that that's really going to impact this lane up top against Zac now. He's gone back and he's actually bought with his items as well, so Zac's going to have a lot harder time than he would normally. That Ari skin looking ever so pretty, just sitting in mid as well. Just showing off, I think.
A quick look at that Ari skin. That is a nice looking skin.
Very, very nice. It does just look like now, after that first blood, the jungler's just going to go. You're going to have both of the junglers starting at that bot lane for that leash, and then we'll see if they rotate to mid or if they just go the standard route and go for the next buffs.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like we're going to probably see an early 2v2 in this top lane, which we do see in quite a lot of games. We've seen the Shyvana starting at the red, we've seen Lee Sin starting at the blue, so they're both going to be heading up in that direction. So we'll have to see if we do have that 2v2 up top. They may just back off, but I don't know really if they will go for it or not.
I just want to point out again, same as last time, Zyra hasn't started any of the gold items again. She just goes for the wards and she goes for the potions. We saw last game it did very highly impact her. Zillion's gone for his Spell Thief's Edge, which gives him gold on auto attacks, and he has a decent auto attack range. But another interesting thing to note that they haven't used them gold items.
Yeah, and we do have a significant trade going off here. The bomb is on Ezreal. If he can get low enough, that might kill him. The ignite is down. I don't know if it does kill him with the final tick. Zillion picking up first blood there. Really well played by him.
Yeah, the barrier just went off just before the bomb was about to blow off. Really, really well played by the Zillion. And this is going to help them so much. We talked about how they're going to struggle if, because of how squishy Zillion is at the start. But now they've got that first blood. It's going to be great action going on in the mid as well.
Ooh, Trust the Student trying to get the gank on in the mid lane. Really well played by Rift. Throws the charm out at the Lee Sin and immediately flashes over him to get past. Really good play, able to completely mitigate that gank. However, the flash is now down for the blue side mid laner.
It is, and that is huge. Any mid laner, with it being in the centre of the map, that is going to be where the jungler can focus on the most, and you want your flash up. Ahri after level 6 isn't too bad because she has her ultimate and she's a very mobile champion anyway, but when you have to burn your flash before the 3.5 minute mark, it isn't great.
Oh, we've got a bit of a fight going on in the top lane. Renekton getting really aggressive against Zac, and then Zac turns around and ignites him. Obviously Zac does have that passive available, so he's quite happy to be just as aggressive as Renekton is, but I don't know if Zac can necessarily win this fight this early. Obviously Renekton does have a lot of damage, and if Zac does go into his passive, I'm pretty sure Renekton would be able to kill him after the passive has ended, so we'll have to see how that does go. We do have a fight going down in the bot lane. Caitlyn does get caught by the roots, and Zyra able to pick up that kill, so it is 1-1 in this bot lane so far.
No idea why Caitlyn was so far up the lane then. She saw Ezreal and Zyra there. Zillion was nowhere near, and she just completely got caught out there.
Not necessarily the best move ever from Caitlyn. She sort of thrown away that lead that she did have a little bit. Ezreal going to be getting a bit ahead on gold of it. She is 10 CS up on her, and they have the same amount of deaths and assists, so Ezreal managing to get quite a significant chunk of poke onto the Zillion there. Really nice Q from him.
Yeah, and that's going to be massive. Any bot lane, obviously, this early game is crucial for the rest of the game. They picked up the first kill on the Zillion, but that does lose her lead. Ezreal is now 10 CS ahead of her, and they are getting that pressure on the bot turret. Shyvana's hovering around mid, just taking her wraiths at the moment, not doing too much, but this Zac is so low, and this is what I was talking about when I said that he needed to stay at full health or high health to be able to get any pressure in that lane.
Yeah, and Renekton knows this, and he's taking advantage of this. Every time Zac goes for one of his blobs, Renekton goes really hard. But Renekton tanking a couple of tower shots there. He has popped the ignite to try and stop Zac from regenerating, and he's managed to pop Zac's passive. I don't know if Renekton's going to be able to kill these blobs. He does pop his ultimate, and he's able to get the kill onto Zac.
Yeah, so it does at least force the ultimate to get that kill, but it is still a kill for Renekton. While that was happening, Shyvana tried to gank mid, but Gragas just body slamming away from it, not doing too, not too scared of that there. But a nice kill picked up from Renekton there. It's going to put him even further ahead in lane now. Zac struggled to CS because he was so weak in the lane, and on top of that, he's now died again, so he's had to go back. Renekton's 2-0. When he goes back, I'm curious to see what he'll buy here.
Yeah, I think we'll possibly see a Spirit Visage first,
Yeah,
or he may go for the standard sort of Spirit Spirit. What am I on about? Sunfire Cape first, or possibly we could see a Brutalizer and see him go really aggressive for the start.
I'd be surprised at the Brutalizer, but because of the armor that Zach's building, it would make sense. I do expect the Spectre's Cowl to be the first item into that Spirit Facade, though, because of the AP damage from Zach. So we will have to see what happens. There is another pause going on here, so we'll have to see how long this one is. It shouldn't be too long, but at least we've got a little bit of time now to talk about the items and just analyse the game a little bit more. Gragas has got that Chalice now built up, which is going to help him be a little bit more tanky. He's naturally tanky anyway, but it's going to help him a little bit against this Ahri. Ahri's gone for the double Doran start, but Gragas is quite a bit of CS ahead of her as well in the lane.
Yeah, and I think that Chalice as well, it's just going to help him maintain that CS lead. Obviously, it means that he can just throw out those barrels of that a little bit more often. It does give you the mana regen that you need to keep on throwing out those abilities.
Yeah, especially with the natural mana regen he has anyway on his skills. We do also see the sorry, I completely lost my train of thought there. I was going to say oh sorry, yes, we do see that he didn't actually rush that Spirit Facade.
Zillion getting dropped by Ezreal. This is what I was talking about. Does get caught by the roots, and immediately Ezreal jumps on him and melts him.
The point that you were making there, that completely just stood out there more than ever. What I was going to say, that with that Renekton did not rush that Spirit Visage as we thought. He's got the Giant's Belt and he's gone for boots and a longsword for that bit of damage and that little bit of mobility in the lane. So still built tanky, but it's built a little bit of offense as well.
Yeah, so wanting to really show his dominance in that lane, he knows that he doesn't really need to go defensive right now because Zac is behind him already. Zac's not going to really do that much damage to him. He knows he can out-damage Zac, so he's just going to be aggressive.
Definitely. Really is. And this Lee Sin now has been hovering around mid and bottom quite a bit. He's trying to get some plays here, but he hasn't really had an opportunity to gank. Ahri putting a little bit of poke onto the Gragas, but he's not too bothered. He'll be able to just walk away and heal himself back up over time. Shyvana's actually quite deep trying to counter jungle here, and Gragas and Lee Sin know it.
Yeah, this could be a bad situation for them. She does manage to get the red buff. Burnout is going, so she may be able to escape, but Gragas does have the ultimate up. Renekton's coming down to try and help her, and she's going to be able to walk away from this one. Do manage to successfully take away that red buff, and nothing that blue team can do, nothing that purple team can do about that.
Yeah, really nice play from the Shyvana there. Just in the nick of time escaping. Gragas and Lee Sin and even the Zac was about to come down, but she managed to escape and get that buff, which at this point in the game the buffs are very crucial. Still a bit of poke being traded up bot lane. It's getting a little bit more even now. Caitlyn's only 5 CS behind, so she has caught up a bit in the CS department there.
Yeah, definitely. And it is such a close lane right now in the bot lane. They are pulling ahead, Ezreal and... oh, we do have a bit of a fight going down in the mid lane. Gragas does manage to get the head, but the ultimate goes down from Gragas, but the ultimate from Ahri follows it immediately. She manages to dodge one of the barrels with her ultimate, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Gragas does flash under the tower, tanks a tower shot there, but he's not able to finish off Ahri, and they both walk away with no summoners. Oh no, Ahri still has her ignite, sorry, but
yeah,
both walk away with no ultimates.
I don't think Gragas hit the perfect ultimate on her, but also Ahri missed a charm there. If Ahri would have landed that charm, that would have been a definite kill on her. I also feel that after the charm was missed, Gragas could have turned it around if he'd landed one of the barrels, but it just missed. So both of them almost getting a kill, but then luckily escaping there. So nothing gonna go down in mid kill wise, but a little bit of plays in the top now.
Yeah, Just the Student is coming in for the gank, just missing that Sonic Wave, and not really going to be able to get anything on there. Relinquish playing really well, dodging the skill shots and just walking away on completely
nice
full
little
HP.
juke in the brush there, yeah, just walked back up as he saw that Q come in. Really nice dodge from him there, and we do see Shyvana taking golems and hovering around this bot lane now when Ezreal and Zyra are quite pushed up, so possibly will be a gank now.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Shyvana does look like she's going to be going back there. We've had disappointingly little action from the junglers here. We've had a couple of attempts, but Shyvana really starting to pull ahead of Lee Sin. Obviously does have that assist from that first blood in the jungle. However, neither jungler managing to get really any plays.
Zyra in bot lane though does pop her ult. She manages to root Caitlyn. Caitlyn has forced to barrier. She doesn't get the kill with her ultimate on Zyra. Ezreal, however, his ult will pick up Zillion because he is a bit more squishy. Zyra is very weak, but she is going to recall, and that's a kill picked up for Ezreal there. Really nice escape from Caitlyn to dodge the Zyra ult, but at the end she didn't get the kill, and Lee Sin's coming down with Ezreal to pressure this tower at bot lane now.
Yeah, so really well played by Ezreal there. He saw that the Zillion ult was up on Caitlyn and he decided to just switch targets. I think Zillion possibly could have dodged that True Shot Barrage if he tried, but he kind of just stood there and took it. So,
Meanwhile,
unfortunate
Shyvana
play
is
there.
actually soloing Dragon, and she's got it below half health.
Oh, and Caitlyn's getting really low. Lee Sin's in, and Ezreal flashes for that final killing blow onto Caitlyn. Purple team possibly going to be taking this tower bot, but like you say, Shyvana solos that Dragon.
And that's the reason Caitlyn stayed so deep. She would have backed away, but she wanted to stay there to make sure that Lee Sin and Ezreal stayed bot rather than go and check this dragon. So all in all, they are still ahead on gold with this dragon now, so it may be worth it, but you know, it took one for the team there, Caitlyn did.
Yeah, I think so. And I think it was definitely worth it as well. I mean, dragon for one death, I'd definitely say that was worth it for your team.
Definitely. We do see as well now the Lee Sin is getting his Madrids. I'm curious to see what he'll actually build the Madrids into. I feel that Wriggles Lantern at the moment is very, very weak, so I don't think it'll be going into a Wriggles. But on the Shyvana, she's got her Spirit Item finished. Gragas very aggressive there.
Using his ultimate, but not actually going fully in for that. I don't know if that was necessarily worth his ultimate if he wasn't going to follow up on it. But
and a lot of pressure up at this bot lane, this top lane against the Zac again now.
Yeah, and Zyra taking a massive chunk of damage from the Caitlyn and the Zillion there. Zillion obviously able to poke so much. And just taking a look at the numbers here, Gragas is almost 40 farm up on Ari right now.
Yeah. Massive difference in the mid lane. And what we said about these junglers early game, they didn't get any kills, but the difference was that Lee Sin still tried. Lee Sin went to the lanes and said, if I pick up a kill, I'll do. If not, then meh. And the result of that was Shyvana didn't try. If she didn't see a kill in the lane, she'd carry on farming, whereas Lee Sin would go for it. And that meant that Shyvana was 25-30 CS ahead of Lee Sin, even though they could have been equal. But Lee Sin tried to get these ganks and just didn't.
Yeah. So unfortunately, really not seen much action from these junglers. I mean, we've seen a few attempted ganks, but nothing really able to last. So unfortunate, really, for the Lee Sin especially. I mean, Lee Sin, not much of a farm jungler. If you're playing Lee Sin, then you want to go for those kills.
Exactly.
He's not had any opportunities to do so.
And he's the one that needs the kill. Shyvana scales amazingly into mid game, especially when she's tanky. She is great in team fights. Can absorb all the damage and put out massive amounts of damage as well. Lee Sin not so great in team fights. He's still good, but he's not going to be the tanky beast that Shyvana's going to be. So Lee Sin definitely wants to start making some plays and trying to pick up some kills or objectives soon.
Yeah, Lee Sin obviously is good in team fights, but he's not a dragon, is he? Like,
yeah.
what team fight doesn't want a dragon in it? So Shyvana can really be scary when we do get to this team fight phase. Gragas and Ari having a bit of a battle here in the mid lane. Don't think anything's going to come of that. Ari is going to back away, but she had to use her ultimate to get out of that one.
She did. She forced her ultimate and the flash there. So nice play from Gragas. We've seen a few miss ults from Gragas, but Ari forced her to use her ult to get away instead. So a little bit miscalculations in mid, but they're still going at it. This Gragas is still so far ahead in CS though.
Yeah, he's doing really well to get this far ahead in farm and to stay this far ahead in farm. And I'll be interested to see if he can extend the farm lead or if it does just sort of hover around this 40 CS mark. And also, I'm interested to see when we do get this first kill in the mid lane. Neither of these guys have died yet, but neither of these guys have got a kill elsewhere yet either. Neither of them have really been roaming at all. They've just sort of stayed in the mid lane farming away.
It's exactly the same as last game. Both of them, they go all in and then they don't, and they both just escape by the skin of their teeth. Shyvana's actually going to catch Lee Sin out trying to go to top in the Baron pit right now.
Oh, we've got a fight in the bot lane. Caitlyn managing to get Ezreal really low. Zillion able to get the double time bomb onto him. It looks like they are going to back away, and Ari possibly in trouble. No. Lee Sin is just going to walk past that lane, and he looks like he may be heading down towards the bot lane.
Ezreal's quite deep in bot though. Zyra ult is burnt, but she will take down the Zillion instantly. Caitlyn is rooted. The arcane.
True Shot Barrage.
I will try and get my voice back. The True Shot Barrage does come down. Lee Sin will try and get the Q on Caitlyn, but he doesn't actually land it. She's so weak right now. But that Zyra ult missed the Caitlyn again. She just nets out of there. She just uses the 50 caliber net. She dodges out the Zyra ult. Zillion is so squishy, as you said. And look at his items. He's not building anything to counter that. He's just now picked up the Chalice, but he hasn't got any health. He hasn't got a Sightstone. He hasn't got any defense other than that Chalice now, and he's just getting melted in that bot lane.
Yeah, and Shyvana just bullying Lee Sin there. Like, Lee Sin trying to stay in that tri-brush, and she just arrives and goes, no, this is my tri-brush now, and showing how much further ahead she is in farm, and he knows that he can't fight her right now.
Yes, this is mine now, you must go. And I think he just put his head down and said okay to that. Renekton and Zac still trading in this top lane, both getting each other very weak. They both actually rushed the Sunfire capes for the CS and for that AoE pressure, rather than going for a Spirit Visage or anything like that. So Zac going in quite hard here.
Yeah, and we do have this engage going down. I don't know if Zac's going to be able to win this one. He does go down, but Renekton does have that Dominus up, and it's going to be melting away those blobs. I don't know if Zac's going to be able to get away from his passive. He's not going to be able to, and that's a third kill for Renekton in the top lane.
Yeah, that's really big now. Renekton is basically just dominating Zac at this point. I'm a bit disappointed in the bot lane so far in terms of the Zilean ults. It hasn't really got one off that's made anything special. You know, either Ezreal's really well played and changed the target when the Zilean ults come down, or he hasn't managed to get it off in time because it gets completely melted. But that could turn around these fights, and he needs to start getting them landing on people if he wants to try and make some plays there.
Yeah, definitely. And Gragas in a really bad situation here. The Shyvana ult blocking the body slam there. Really good Gragas ult though. He does really flash over the wall, and he's already taken down that tower, so he might be able to get away from this one. Elastic of Ignite's not enough. Don't know if he's going to be able to get away from the Shyvana. He did stand still for a second there. I don't think that was on purpose. Does have to use the body slam to try and get away, but it's not going to be enough. Burnout, obviously, going to be able to catch up.
If that's anything like the solo queue matches, he was probably stopping there to say that escape or something and then get scored anyway. But no, that little hiccup does stop him from escaping there, but really nice attempt from him. A really nice flash over the wall and really nice block as well from the Ahri to stop him getting away. But Birmingham now are moving around this dragon, and it doesn't really look like they want to. In fact, they may just be waiting for this to go low. Lee Sin is there. He does have the smite available, but really nice stun from Renekton stops him fighting that dragon and stops him getting in for the smite.
Yeah, really well played by Renekton there, zoning away the Lee Sin. Ezreal just getting bombed by this Zilean here, and Birmingham looking like they're in a really good situation to try and force the fight here. If they can get on these guys, Renekton is so scary right now. He's literally not afraid of any of them. I think the only one he'd even be slightly afraid of is the Gragas, but Gragas wasn't there right then. But while Renekton has been forcing these things like Dragon, all this time Zac's been pushing top, so Zac going to be taking the first tower in the top lane.
Yeah, definitely. You do see the 3 down in bot lane now, just trying to pressure this tower. You do see Ezreal trying to clear the wave as best he can, just trying to stand a little bit back and get some poke down, but this tower is going to go down, and that gives Birmingham a little bit more gold that they needed right now.
Yeah, so they're going to be backing away. They do grab that extra tower, and now Birmingham just over 1,000 gold ahead, so we're finally seeing a bit of a lead appear in this game. We're 20 minutes in,
yes,
and we're finally seeing a lead. That's how close this game has been so far. What a game so far. We've only had 10 kills in 20 minutes, but it's been a really good game anyway. Gragas maintaining this 40 CS lead so far in the mid lane, doing really well there.
Yeah, and I think this has come down to, as we said, both teams know that this is make or break for them right now, and they do not want to play risky. 20 minutes without a massive gold lead, and still now it's only 1k gold lead. They know what they have here, and they do not want to throw it away, so both teams playing really safe.
Yeah, definitely. I'm quite surprised at how safe Drust the Student is playing. He's usually a very aggressive jungler, but we're seeing him be very passive, and he's trying to play this farm game, but actually he's not winning the farm game. He's 20 CS behind Shyvana. Shyvana has a kill and an assist. So far, Drust the Student only on that 1 assist, so it's not going too well for him so far.
I don't know if it's so trying to play the far game that he has just been denied the kills. Obviously, in that top lane, Renekton's very hard to gank anyway. He has a lot of escapes, he can do a lot of damage, he's got his stun. And Shyvana's caught him out quite a few times going to top. It doesn't look like she's there to catch him out this time, but again, Renekton's just too slippery, he's going to back out of that. The bot lane, Caitlyn and Zilean. Caitlyn's great anyway at trying to escape ganks with her 50 caliber net. And Zilean has his speed boost, and this mid lane, Gragas is really good as well, so he just hasn't been able to find the kills anywhere right now.
Yeah, unfortunate for him, but It is a difficult situation when you're a jungler, when you can't get those kills early. But we do have a fight going down. Just the student is here to save the day. And I don't think Renekton is going to be able to get away from this one. The red buff is ticking. But Gragas is here as well, along with everyone in the game is here. Wow. And we've got Renekton going down. And Zac so low, picking up these blobs to save his life. And it looks like Shyvana may go down as well. Zilean arrives, does manage to get the bomb onto Lee Sin. Ahri going to pick up that first kill. Zyra ult goes down, knocks up Shyvana, but the Zilean ult is available. Ace in the hole does go down. Gragas able to block that one. Shyvana possibly going to get away. The bomb is on Gragas' head though. Zilean picking up that kill onto Gragas. And Caitlyn getting caught out as well. Ezreal going to be able to pick that last kill up with an arcane shift, and that is an ace for Manchester out of nowhere.
Really nice play there from Manchester. Coming around the back like that to get the Zac and Lee Sin when they chased the Renekton so hard was really good. The kill onto Zilean, the kills that Zilean got, really well played. He popped his ult on Shyvana, and Shyvana literally died a second before the ult was going to run out. And when she came back alive, she chucked the bomb down on Gragas, picked up the double kill there. Well played on him to get the kills, but they do actually get ace. And look at the gold still though after that fight. 1k, in fact 200 gold difference, after that fight still. So this game is still solidly even.
Yeah, Manchester had to ace the enemy team to get the gold to even again. We do have a DC, so we're going to see a pause. Just the student, unfortunately, seeming to have some internet issues. I think this is the third pause, and as far as I'm aware, you're only allowed 3 pauses in a tournament game, aren't you? I believe you are, so this might be an unfortunate situation. I would have to double check that, to be honest. I'm not too sure, so we'll just get word on that. But it does seem like he is having a few problems. I'm not too sure if the other 2 pauses were from them. I mean on the client, you can only have 3, not in the rules. Oh yeah, sorry. In the actual client, I think it is 3 pauses. I think it might be per team. Oh, is it? Okay. Or is it not? I would have to see how that goes. But obviously they will wait there. The game will start now, so we will get straight back into this. That CS lead on the Gragas from the Ahri though is 60 CS now still. Yeah. So almost. Gragas doing so well to farm, and Lee Sin has been giving him those wraiths every single time. We've seen a couple of times Lee Sin has got the wraiths low for Gragas to barrel them. So working together to get this farm lead, but Gragas getting caught out. The Ahri absolutely bursting him, survives on like 10 HP, but the ace in the hole goes down. Zac is there to block it. The bomb is down on Renekton. Renekton now pops Dominus, but he's trapped by the root from Zyra. Ahri does eventually go down to that Ezreal. Shyvana diving 2 towers trying to get the Gragas, but it's not going to be enough. Druss unfortunately missing his Q there, not able to get it, and Shyvana might even escape this one, but she's in a really tricky situation. The minions are here, and Ezreal's able to chase that up and pick off that kill. That's another 2 kills towards Manchester. They went so deep on the Gragas there. Shyvana dived back towards the Gragas. You had Caitlyn and Renekton going in towards the Gragas, and they just couldn't do anything. Shyvana then jumped 2 towers to try and chase him. Massively caught out, and they pick up the kill there. That's 2 kills picked up here for Manchester, so they are suddenly back in the gold lead now. Yeah, so really not a good team fight for Birmingham there. I feel like they played that badly. I think they panicked when they didn't quite get that Gragas kill, and they went far too deep for it. I don't think it was worth the amount of effort they put into trying to get that, and in the end they didn't even actually get the kill. So really unfortunate for Birmingham in that team fight. Definitely, this Ahri is going to be quite scary now. She's got that Negatron cloak for the bit of tankiness. She's got a DFG and the double Dorans. Gragas has got his Rabadons now, he's got the Athenes as well, so he's still very strong. Ezreal, he's got the Last Whisper Triforce, which together are so scary. He does so much damage with them too. Caitlyn's got the IE, but that's her only completed item at the moment. Dragon is now live, so we do see both teams now trying to get a little bit of map pressure around this Dragon. Yeah, and it looks like they're going to have a game of chicken now to see who wants to engage. Gragas getting caught out, the bomb is on his head. Ahri able to get that charm, and Renekton going to be picking up that kill. Caught there. And it looks like this may be a dragon for the blue team, but Zac is going to engage on this 4v5. I don't know if this is wise. Another perfect charm by Ahri. Just the student getting really low. The Zyra ultimate not going to knock up anyone, unfortunately. Zac doing loads of damage to the enemy team. He does have his passive available, I think, and that is going to be popped by Caitlyn. Relinquish getting really low now, but the charms from Ari doing so well. Relinquish able to pick up a second kill of that team fight. Zach does eventually go down to the Caitlyn. This is a 3 for 2 so far. 3 for 4, sorry. 2 for 4. What am I talking about? And Ezreal in a really bad spot, but he gets the crit onto Caitlyn. Really well played by the Ezreal. Throwing out these... But the charm from Ari again, and she picks up another kill. Ari getting the perfect charms in that team fight.
Really nice outplay from Ezreal, and then a really nice outplay from Ari there. Gragas again though, that whole team fight was the Gragas getting caught out, just like the team fight before. That's 2 team fights now, where the Gragas has just walked in and died instantly. However, you know, that isn't what you want to do. They didn't walk out worst case in that one though, luckily. But still, Ezreal picking up that kill was great, but not great for Manchester in total. They are now 200 gold behind. Gragas looks like now he wants to start this dragon by himself, but Shyvana's near.
I'm not sure if he necessarily meant to start that dragon. He did body slam over the wall, I think, and accidentally hit it. But does take away that pink ward, so currently vision control of the dragon is on Birmingham's side, but we'll have to see what Manchester has to say about that. Birmingham have started the dragon. I don't know if they're going to be able to take it quick enough.
Here for Manchester either.
Gragas is here. He has his ult available. Don't know if he's going to go for it. Renekton does pick up the kill onto the dragon though. Just the student dropping fairly low here. The ace in the hole does go down. Manages to hit him, but it's not going to be enough to kill him. Ezreal getting charmed again. Ari doing work in these teamfights. Gragas picking up the kill on Shyvana. Just the student in really bad position, able to safeguard out. But Renekton flashing after him. I don't know if he's going to be able to get away. Renekton does pick up that kill. Now Gragas is... Oh, the Zyra ultimate. Wow. So good. Picking up 2 kills there for Zyra. The support getting a double kill. And Gragas in a really bad situation here. I don't think he's going to be able to get away from the Renekton. Slice and Dice has only a second on the cooldown. Gragas not going to be able to get away from this one. That's another kill for Relinquish.
That was so great there for the Gragas and for the Zyra. The combo there, the Gragas does a lot of damage obviously with his barrels, and that wombo combo from the Zyra root, the Gragas barrels and the Zyra ult just melted Caitlyn and Zilean there. Renekton still virtually full health from that team fight though, so this is the part of the game where he gets so scary. He's 7-2-4 right now with 200 CS, but really nice play there. And still, this game is less than 2k gold difference at 30 minutes almost.
Yeah, definitely. And I really feel like Relinquish playing so well. And he has been in every game we've seen of him today. And I don't think I've seen a bad game with of Relinquish so far. I mean, even last game, when they lost, he still didn't play badly. He still played really well. So, bravo to Relinquish. I'll give him a little bit of a clap there.
That little one-man applause there for Relinquish. I hope you must be proud of that. That is an achievement, yes, definitely. But we do see now, this is the point in the game where the tanks are very tanky, the damage dealers do a lot of damage. So this is where the team fights mean everything, especially with the respawn timer. Renekton, he's got the Spirit Visage now, Sunfire Cape. He's got the Warden's Mail, so he's going for that random wins, but he's also got the Brutalizer, so he's doing a lot of damage. It does look like a team fight's going to be coming soon. Zyra's ult is down, but everyone else in the game is up right now, so I don't know if Manchester want to engage while Zyra ult is down, but it should be coming up any second.
Renekton, I thought he was going to go for the second slice and dice onto Ezreal there, but deciding to back away with that one. Ari is going to go back before this fight goes down. Gragas trying to stop that back with the barrel there. Not quite going to be able to stop it though.
Yeah, no, and this is where Gragas is really strong as well. His barrels are really great for siege. Ezreal's poke's really great for siege. But Birmingham can just straight up engage this, turn this around completely, and that may be what's happening right now. They do get the taunt under the tower there. Lee Sin does melt there to Ari. Zac is just going to dive under the tower though. He's so tanky. Renekton's just going to jump to this back line with the Gragas. And he actually goes down and doesn't kill the Gragas, doing tons of damage there with the Ezreal. And it looks like Manchester are going to turn this around.
Yeah, and just a 1-for-1. Ari managing to land the perfect charm right at the start of the fight on just the student. But Zilean does go down, as well as Ezreal. Gragas surviving that tower shot on such a low amount of HP, and now Ari's in lots of trouble. Zac actually not going to follow up on the kill. And I thought he was going to try and finish off Ari, but he does end up going down to Shyvana. So that is going to be a 3-for-2 at the end of that fight.
Yeah, it does look like she
Oh,
might.
but Zyra coming in to pick up the kill on Ari. Really well played to sweep that up.
Do secure that kill there. So really nice pickup for Zyra there. Just a little bit of gold. And now you've got a 40-second respawn timer on Ari. But that fight again, Renekton jumped to the back line like we have seen him do before. But the problem was this time, Ezreal and Gragas were there and no one else on the team were. So the whole of Manchester just shot down Renekton, and he, instead of lasting for seconds to like 30-40 seconds in a fight, he lasted about 4 seconds and just got melted. And then after that, Shyvana was already really weak, and then Birmingham don't have a tank.
Yeah, it's not a great situation when Renekton dies at the start of a fight, especially when he's 7-3-5. He's got, well, Gragas absolutely demolishing Zillion there, and just the student picking up the killing blow.
Kill steal over the wall though, and they're going to ping towards Baron now, so it could actually be that Manchester are looking to start this Baron, and Birmingham are miles away.
Yeah, and Zillion isn't even available for this, so it looks like they might be able to get this one, and I don't know if there's really anything Birmingham can do. In fact, Birmingham not even heading towards it. Renekton, I thought Renekton was going to go for that bot tower, but he's walking away from it. They don't even know the Baron is happening right now.
And not doing anything. No, they're just walking up to the base, just like they're on a stroll. And suddenly, Manchester are coming from behind them with Baron buff all at full health. This is very scary for Birmingham right now, and this is not a position that they wanted to be in.
Yeah, so really unfortunate situation for Manchester there. For Birmingham, sorry, there. Manchester able to just pick up a Baron buff for free, and now Just the Student just going to tank this tower. I really feel like Zac would have been a better target to tank that, but Just the Student actually really not taking very much damage from that at all. So
Birmingham had the gold lead there, they still do, but that Baron buff now is going to allow Manchester to just walk into that base and just do as they please. Look how fast that tower's going down.
Just the Student getting absolutely destroyed there. The Zillion bomb is on his head. Relinquish just doing so much damage to the whole team. The Zyra ult goes down, but it's only going to knock out one of them. Shyvana's in there as well. The AoE from those two is just so devastating. And Gragas is so low. I don't know if Renekton's going to be able to finish off that kill. Gragas able to flash out of that, but the ace in the hole goes down. Able to pick up the kill for Caitlyn, but Zac's able to pick up a kill on Ari. Caitlyn now picking up a second kill of the fight onto Zac. And Caitlyn in a really bad spot now. She's able to net away from those roots though. Gets away, and it's a 2-for-2 so far. 2-for-1, sorry. And Renekton now possibly going to be getting the kill on Lee. He is going to be able to safeguard out, and the roots go down.
Yeah, the Zillion ult managed to pop on the Shyvana when she went down, so that actually was a 2-for-1 trade, and that was for the team that didn't have Baron, so I think they'd be quite happy trading 2-for-1. But Renekton not giving up here.
Yeah, Renekton chasing on this Lee Sin. I don't think he's going to be able to get it though. But Caitlyn doing so much damage with these auto attacks. The red buff. She doesn't have red buff, but the red buff taking her down. I'm not sure what killed Zyra there, but Caitlyn picking up the extra kill on Zyra, and Shyvana perhaps going a little too deep there. I don't think, although Ezreal doesn't have any mana, so she probably could have won that fight, but is going to back away. And now it looks like Birmingham are going to be pushing up in this mid lane. I think they should be able to take this tower. Gragas is arriving there, and Gragas has a lot of wave clear, so we'll have to see if he is able to stop this.
Yeah, I don't think they can because Renekton and Zillion are both so weak. Caitlyn's still full health, and she is very scary right now. But I think the threat of the whole team spawning now on a weak team will force them to back away. They do go to Dragon though, which I still feel is a little bit ballsy because you have a full health Manchester team coming down towards this right now.
Yeah, Ari going again. Full ham onto... Oh, excellent dodge there with the Spirit Rush. Able to dodge the Q from Ezreal, but Shyvana picking up the Dragon for Birmingham. But now Zac is coming in. Lee Sin's in here as well. Lee Sin still on lots of HP. And Zac using his ultimate, knocking up the entire enemy team. Zillion does end up going down to Zac, but Drusth the Student in a really bad situation. Renekton and Shyvana chasing him there. Zac picks up the kill on Caitlyn though. So Zac with the double kill now. Gragas trying to get those barrels out. Not quite going to land that one. Relinquish trying to finish off Gragas. He's going to be able to do it, but he's going to go down for that as well. So that is going to be a 3-2 trade in the favour of Manchester.
Yeah, really nice play there. We're starting to see Manchester coming out on all of these team fights, but look at the gold.
Oh, we may have a 1v1 between Ezreal and Ari here. I don't think this is a fight Ari necessarily wants. He does manage to get that last auto attack. He's going to use the True Shot Barrage. Doesn't quite hit, but the Zyra ultimate does go down, and he's able to pick it up with a last auto attack.
Yeah, really nice charm from Ari under the tower to try and get the damage down, but not quite enough to clean him up. So that is another kill picked up. So that'll end up being a 3-for-2, if I'm not mistaken, trade there for them. Zac going quite deep onto this tower there, just showing off his tankiness, I think. But Shyvana is up now. They have got the home guards as well, and Zillion's there with them, so they do want to fight this.
Shyvana.
But Manchester will back away from that.
Shyvana absolutely chunking Ezreal there. She does have the zeal, and she hit him with a crit. And did significant
to chase after them still.
Yeah, I don't think they really want to chase this too deep. Ezreal does use his arcane shift away. The ace in the hole does hit, but obviously it's not going to be enough. He was at half HP when she did start channeling that. And it looks like Manchester going to be able to just back away from this one.
Yes, definitely. And if we look now at the items that everyone's starting to get their full builds almost, you do see that Ezreal has picked up the QSS to stop the charms and the stuns coming over from Birmingham, so nice little pickup there from him. And the damage items are huge on both teams now. Caitlyn and Ari both getting that Spectre's Cowl just to stop the MR coming down. Gragas is doing a lot of damage with his ability power right now. His barrels are just melting people, so they do need a little bit of MR coming there. It does look like he's going for the bounce over the wall, but he will just back away from that there. And still, 40 minutes in almost, this gold is 800 gold difference. Still so close.
Yeah, I was literally about to comment on that. This is such a close game. This is still anyone's game at this stage. But again, it feels like Manchester are in the lead, even though they're not. The way that Manchester play, they're so aggressive. Even though Birmingham are pretty much even in this game, it feels like Manchester are ahead because they're being so aggressive and they're pushing these towers.
Yeah, and the objectives, I mean, Manchester have more towers. Some of their lanes are out TSing, not all of them, the Caitlyn and the Renekton's there, but it's just the objective control and the play by Birmingham.
Oh, we do have a fight going down. Renekton does jump in, uses his dominance. Shyvana getting really low, really early in the fight though. Just the student actually safeguarding to his teammates with a bomb on his head. I'm not sure that was wise. But Zach gonna go down really near the start of the fight. Did dive on his own there. I don't think that was wise. And the roots from Zyra, really well played. Does get a kill for Ezreal, but Ari getting really deep here. I don't know if she's going to get away with it. Really well played. Does pick up the kill on Gragas and able to Spirit Rush out past Wolves. And now she's going to head towards the mid lane again, but this looks like it's going to be an inhibitor for Manchester, possibly. Although it is a 4 versus 3, so I don't know if they're going to be able to get this one. The Roost goes down. It does manage to land onto Caitlyn, and the ultimate from Zillion is there. The excellent flash by Ezreal. Such good counting here. And he might be able to kill Zillion. He does go down, though. Shyvana going to pick up... No, don't know if he's going to be able to pick up the kill. But everyone flashing away from the Shyvana. Just a student just backing in the middle of their base. And Zyra, oh, she does go down. And both of them, in fact, go down in the end there. So Ari picking up one, Shyvana picking up the other. So really well played by Birmingham to get both of those kills.
Yeah, Ari's Orb of Deception threw that wall onto the Lee Sin as he was about to recall. That was so nicely done. But again, that Gragas just got massively caught. And Zach dove the tower. He dove under a tower with 4 members of the enemy team there, and none of his team were anywhere near him. He died before his team had even engaged the fight. That's not something you want to happen. And at this point in the game, these are mistakes that can throw this for you. Not that, we don't want to see another game happen, but people do not, you do not want to throw a game at this point. Baron is now live, so we do see Birmingham head over to it, start putting down the pink wards, trying to get the vision control. And there's 10 seconds coming up from Manchester before they spawn.
Oh,
so
we do have a fight between Ari and Gragas here. The Spirit Rush is available. She fails it over the wall, though, unfortunately. And I don't know if she's going to be able to finish him. Gragas able to dodge that Orb of Deception with his body slam. And this might be a free Baron for Birmingham here. I don't know if Manchester are going to be able to get it. Zach is on his way. Ezreal's on the way. Don't know if they're going to be able to steal it. It does go down to Shyvana, so Birmingham picking up that Baron. Zach is now in a really bad spot. He doesn't have his passive available. He does have his passive available. I lied. And he is going to go down. But the ace in the hole going down on Ezreal. He's now in a really bad situation. Shyvana jumping in there. Ezreal so low. Caitlyn picking up that kill on Zach finally after that passive. And Birmingham being so aggressive now, turning it around. They're saying, no, we want to be the aggressive ones now, Manchester. And Ezreal getting in a quite bad situation. There's Zyra ult does go down, but the Piltover Peacemaker from Caitlyn, really well played, does manage to finish off the Ezreal. And that is a 2-for-0 plus a Baron for Birmingham.
Yeah, really nice play from the Gragas. He sectioned himself off at the back. He got down his ult to push back Birmingham, which actually saved some of the members of his team's lives. And he did manage to escape when they tried to chase. But that Piltover Peacemaker managed to pick up the Ezreal. He went in a little bit too deep there. We do see still some harass coming down. Lee Sin taken very low here. Just the student going a little bit too deep. Gragas is still there though, and it looks like Manchester are trying to engage this. But against a Caitlyn and a Renekton, I don't think that may be the best idea.
No, the Caitlyn doing absolutely loads of damage, absolutely chunking just the student. I mean, she hit him about 2-3 times and he was less than half HP, so really something to be scared of right now, and you can see why. She's almost got full item build right now. I think she's probably going to be finishing that off with a Bloodthirster or possibly even a Blade of the Rune King. I doubt we'll see that, but it's possible. And
definitely possible. I mean, but for the first time in this game, the gold is actually significantly different. If you look at Birmingham now, they're 7k gold ahead for the first time. Before it was 1k, 2k at the most, but for the first time now, Birmingham are massively in the lead. They've got the Baron buff, and they are now free to push up these lanes. It's a really scary force. Caitlyn's picked up that Banshee's Veil, and so has Ari, so they're going to be really, really good against the barrels from Gragas and against the roots from Caitlyn. So we'll have to see how they fare, but they're just going to charge up mid now. They're going to just pick up a few buffs and just going to pick up mid and try and get an inhibitor in the next few minutes, I'd assume.
yeah, definitely. And it's at this stage of the game where it's oh so important. The next team fight will almost definitely get an inhibitor for one of the teams. Like, even though there's still 2 towers up for Manchester, if Manchester get aced, then Birmingham can probably quite happily take down the 2 towers and an inhibitor, because the death time is going to be so long at this late in the game.
Yeah, that's one of the main points. At this late in the game, the items, the everything about the builds and that don't really matter. The gold, the objectives, it all comes down to who gets the kills. If someone gets caught out, it's a massive thing. If someone tries to dive in like Zach did, or if Gragas face checks one brush, that could mean the end of the game here. And it's all about how people play, and Zyra gets overextended and actually getting caught out here.
Yeah, and Renekton going in with his dominus. Zach using the ultimate. Renekton's probably going to go down here. Mr. Awesome Team managing to survive on so little HP there, and it is a 1 for 2 so far. Ari managing to get a lot of damage down onto the Zach. Zach not having his passive available this fight, so he is going to have to be careful. But Birmingham looking, even though they're a man down, they're looking quite commanding in the situation anyway.
Even though Zyra was the one that got caught out there, Birmingham actually lost 2 people, while Manchester only lost 1. So not actually that bad from Manchester there. Lee Sin is actually at the back here trying to get a sneaky little Q onto Ari, but they have got that Banshee's Veil up.
Oh, Ari actually missing a charm. The first time I've seen her miss a charm this game. Caitlyn doing so much damage to Ezreal. The EQ combo by Caitlyn there, getting him so low. Unfortunately not able to ace in the hole there. Critting just the student now, doing so much damage, but she does get caught a little bit out by the Zac. He does elastic slingshot in. He's not going to be able to do enough damage there. The ace in the hole comes out. Just the student able to block that one. The true shot barrage comes in. Ezreal going for the 1v1 against Caitlyn. I don't think that was wise. And the bomb from Zilean going to be able to pick that kill up. And the charm being thrown at the Gragas. Ari does flash DFG against the Gragas, but not quite going to be able to pick that one up. And the excellent Zilean ult there, protecting Ari from the Lee Sin there, and able to survive another day.
Yeah, not too sure what that charm was after, but really nice Zilean ult. They're the Zilean ults we needed to see early game in the lane, but he's doing it now, and this is where it matters most. Really, really nice pick up there. That means they're going to have all members alive to carry on marching down that mid lane, while Manchester, Ezreal's down, Gragas and Lee Sin are extremely weak. I'd expect them to pick up a tower, if not inhib tower here.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're going to be able to get the inhib tower. Ezreal is down, but Zilean's very low, and there is no Zilean ultimate available. There's no Caitlyn ultimate available. There is Renekton ult available though, and Shyvana, so they can tank the tower. Renekton has ulted underneath this tower. They've managed to get the tower. Don't know if they're going to be able to go for the inhib. We are going to see a massive fight here. Just the student getting really low. The Zyra ultimate is down. It does knock up Shyvana, but he's not going to get anyone else. And Renekton tanking another tower. He is going to go down here. Gragas picking up that kill, and Shyvana in a really bad spot. Zac going to be knocked into his passive. But Gragas picking up a triple kill there. Possibly going to be going for the quadra. Don't know if he's going to be able to get it. The barrel does go off. Can he body slam to get this? I don't know if he's going to be able to get it. The true shot barrage comes down from Ezreal, and that is an ace for Manchester, and they're going to come and get this middle inhib.
The true shot barrage then just completely got blocking that Gragas from his quadra, but really well played. A whole team stacked together under 500 health. That is Gragas' dream there. He just throws one barrel, picks up the double, throws another at Renekton, gets the triple, and then chases for the quadra, but unfortunately doesn't get it. And you know what? Manchester, that may be it there. Manchester, I would expect to completely close this down now, and that will be the winning team fight for Manchester here, taking the final of this new tournament, 2-0 Birmingham in a super close match. They're still behind on gold, but it just goes to show late game gold does not mean everything. If you're behind, you stay in the games. If you make the plays late game, you can still win. Really great game there, and congratulations to Manchester, who have won this tournament here.
Yeah, such a good game, and really, really well played to Manchester. Well played to Birmingham as well. Such a good final game to have cast. I'm glad I was able to cast this game. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to yesterday. I had a throat infection, but we're here today, and it has been such a good game.
Definitely, it's been really, really good to cast with you. Obviously, it's our first time we've casted together. Really, really fun. Game's amazing. Congratulations, Manchester. Their second title in a row. So they won the last one and they've won this one still. That is 2 wins for them in the Newell. Still the team to be feared. Great play there. But Birmingham, both games fighting to the skin of their teeth. This was super close and could have gone either way. Runners up Birmingham, really, really well played, and they are definite contenders for the next one.
Yeah, definitely. Really well played by both teams. And I think we need to ask Twitch chat for who we reckon the MVP is this game, because honestly I can't decide. I'd like to say Ari, because the charms that Ari was able to land that game, Rift playing so well on that Ari, getting so many important charms in those early team fights. Even though Birmingham did lose, I almost want to give MVP to their team anyway. What do you guys reckon?
I would actually say Ezreal, just because of how many outplays he did. He didn't get caught. Gragas got caught. Ari got caught, missed a few charms. Caitlyn got caught. Zara got caught. To me, the most solid player was the Ezreal. He was very consistent. He picked up kills. He outplayed when he got killed. I would say Ezreal gets my MVP award.
Yeah, having a look at the Twitch chat, we've got a couple of people saying Zyra, a couple of people saying Zach. We've got someone agreeing with you that it was Ezreal, MVP Zyra. Yeah, so a bit of a split decision, but I don't know really who has the official say on who is MVP. So I guess we'd have to go with Ezreal. I think he had the majority of the votes. So we'll give the MVP to Ezreal. Really well played by him. Saw some really good play. That kill near Dragon, I think it was against Caitlyn. He was able to flash away from the Piltover Peacemaker and get that crit to finish her off. It was really good, even if he did get charmed by the Ahri afterwards. But such good play all game by all 10 of these players.
Definitely, really was. I'm just going to have a quick word with the Manchester guys, see if I can get any one of them in for a post-game interview, just to congratulate them, just to speak to them, how they're feeling and that. I'm just going to have a look now if any of them are available for that.
See if we can get Ezreal, if possible, for
I'm
our
asking him
MVP. See if he's available for a little bit of a chat.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be him and Gragas actually. So they should be coming in fairly soon. Just get the details for them.